Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Faxion Online. It is a free-to-play MMO that's scheduled to launch today. At its core, this game is basically a PvP game. Players choose to join the forces of heaven or hell and fight to control the 7 deadly sins, which are areas of territory within the game. First thing you're going to do upon logging in is choose your side between heaven and hell. Each side has 3 basic archetypes that you can go with. On the heaven side, you've got the Guardian, which is a cleric type, the Diviner, which is a mage type, and the Crusader, which is a warrior type. On the hell side, you've basically got the same thing. You've got a Zealot, which is the cleric type, an Occultist, which is the mage type, and a Reaver, which is their warrior type. There is multi-classing in this game. When you choose a Reaver, you don't necessarily have to just choose Reaver abilities to go along with it. You can pick up some healing abilities, as well as some fireballing abilities from the other classes. Here's the character creation screen. As you can tell, the artwork in this game is a little stylized, a bit on the cartoony side, done intentionally. That's the style and the feel of the game that the designers wanted to go with. From this screen, you can still change your mind as far as which class you may want to be. Change your gender from male to female. And do a little bit of customization as far as what your character looks like. We're going to scroll through a few of the options here just to see some of the things that were available. You can affect your hair color with 2 different shaders. We'll go ahead and pick a name. And go ahead and step into the world. And here we are, the beginning area for the hell side of Faxion Online. Some pretty nice texture work going on here. First thing we're going to do is step up and talk to this guy and get our first quest. Accept that. And we're going to move on to speak to the identifier. A little bit of RP here to kind of pretend that the NPCs here chose our class and our calling based upon our life, despite the fact that we've already kind of chosen that for ourselves. Oh look, what a surprise, I was chosen as an occultist. And there's a guy standing beside me that looks a whole lot like me. Now we're going to head over to the occultist outfitter. Very, very basic, get you started kind of area here. There's the Reaver outfitter, the Zealot outfitter, and here's the occultist outfitter. So let's talk to her. And complete that quest. To visit the weaponsmith to obtain our weapon. Open our bags. And try to equip what we were given. There we go. Our nice new duds. Some pretty creepy ambiance going on here. I'm liking the surrounding area. We need to visit the Smith. Overall, this little area here is very pinball-y, very back and forth. Other than the fact that it's kind of nice to look at, there's not really a lot going on here. In all honesty, I'm not really sure what the purpose of this area is. Alright, we've been giving our main hand weapon. Looks like some of our starting abilities are a fireball and a dot, a poison dot. Alright, let's go talk to this big guy over here. Yeah, he's pretty creepy looking. Celestial pup. Okay. That'll be these guys over here. Hello, celestial pup. Prepare to die. We didn't even come close to this. That's done. We finished that tremendous task that we were given. Let's see what else we've got. And looks like we're going to voyage on to Limbo. Yay! Yay, what's up there, big guy? Quest. Alrighty then. On to the ship. On to the next zone. Now there again, I don't really see a whole lot of point for that beginning area there, other than it's to start you out in hell, I guess, instead of necessarily in Purgatory City, where we're headed now. I would like to say that the next area gets better, but unfortunately it really doesn't. The starting zones in this game are really quite bad, not entertaining at all. I haven't really enjoyed the time in the game so far. I know the heart of the game is the PvP and the control and fighting over the 7 deadly sins, but I haven't gotten there yet. In all honesty, I have a hard time really keeping my focus in order to try to get there to try it out. Everything else is just up to it, not very good. So far, combat is predictable. It's a hotkey button mashing mess. The artwork is very nice, I will have to say. Other than the stylized, cartoony looking toons that you play as, I'm not a fan of those. But the artwork, as far as the world and the buildings surrounding it, are actually quite nice. Now, one of the things that I have run into already that I do really like is the ability training queue. Basically, to level up your abilities from one rank to the next, you add them over into the queue slots. You start out with 2 empty queue slots with the ability to purchase more from the cash shop. Basically, when you slide an ability over there, it puts it in queue, and the timer begins to tick down until the ability is ranked up to the next level. As you can see here, this one takes 9.9 hours, and we'll add the other one into the second slot here, and it takes up to 10 hours to queue. The good news is you do not have to be online in order for this to occur. The timer does continue when you're offline. This and the multi-classing are two features that really do interest me and would probably let me continue playing the game in order to try to get to the PvP. But at this stage, it's become very difficult, and I really hope once I get to the PvP part that there's going to be something there, because as of right now, this game is just not doing it for me. Overall, first impressions, the game is pretty to look at, other than the avatars you actually play, which are cartoony, and I'm not a fan of at all. I like the ability Q, and I do like the ability to multi-class and try out different things and kind of build your tunes the way you want them to be. The starting areas that I've been in so far leave a lot to be desired. There is nothing in these quests whatsoever that is interesting or intriguing. The very first area was just a pinball picking up gear that really served no purpose at all. It was just gear they could have just started you with and let you just start the game from there. So far, the combat feels just like everything else out there. It's a hotkey button masher, and there's just nothing there that really draws me in. I'm going to continue to push through, though, at a later time and try to get some of the later stuff, because I know with Rift a lot of people were complaining about the starting area, saying that the game wasn't going to be any good, and I was one of the ones that kept saying you need to push through it. When you get out of there, you're really going to start seeing what the game's all about. So we're going to push forward and really try to find out what this game is about. But that's going to do it for now for our first look. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Dude, I seen this Bigfoot, and it was like 8 foot tall, covered in hair, and it stunk something awful.